Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Dragon Ball Nation. Now today I'm going to be giving you guys a continuation of the previous videos I did a few days ago. I'll link them down below on the 5 things that I want and the 5 things that I don't want in Xenoverse 2. And today we're going to be covering the 5 things that fans want. Now I looked at my comment section from the last 2 videos and some stuff from searching online and came up with a list for you guys. And comment what you guys wanted down below if you didn't see the last video, all that good stuff. And I'm not going to be covering stuff that we saw in the trailers, like more characters, a bigger world, stuff like that we already know. This is going to be stuff we are not sure of yet. So starting with number 1, we have an improved combat system. This is something that I talked about and I know a lot of people want. I like the Xenoverse combat system a lot, but it definitely has its flaws, and it is something that does need to be worked on. Things like how ultimates work, how the hit detection is, maybe add a lot more combos because the combo system's a little bit flat. Has similar combos to Burst Limit, but combo canceling and things like that aren't quite as easy if you guys get in depth to your games like that. There's a lot of things you can't do that you can do in like a 2D fighter, and some of that stuff just kind of comes with it being a 3D and fully real-time fighter. Things like that I saw that people want. Beam struggles, I'm not sure if that's going to really come out and happen in the game. I still think that's most likely not going to be there because I think it's going to be tougher to pull off without any hitches in a real-time fighter like this. Something like Raging Blast and Tenkaichi games, you know, those, when you do a beam struggle, it's more of a fixed animation and then you guys roll the stick to see who wins it. You can't really be interrupted by other players like you can in Xenoverse, so that's something that I don't think is going to happen, but a refined combat system is something that I think is definitely plausible. Kind of looking at an upgrade from like Raging Blast 1 to Raging Blast 2, or maybe something like, maybe not as big, but Budokai 2 to Budokai 3. Something like that, but again, I'm not too sure. Next one we have is more transformations. This can go from Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 4 maybe, probably not that one. Namekian transformations, Frieza race transformations, maybe even some Majin Buu transformations. Not too sure on that stuff. But the interesting thing here is it is possible that, and I think it's highly likely that we will get Super Saiyan 3. The reason being is I do remember when Xenoverse 1 was coming out, they said that there was going to be Super Saiyan 3 transformations coming for created characters a while ago, back before Xenoverse was even launching, so it was an idea that they had, so hopefully they can execute it in this game. It shouldn't really be that hard. Just make the hair longer. They don't really need to make too many different hair models or anything like that. Nothing too crazy. And the next one that a lot of you guys wanted was more character customization, which I thought was already something that was, I mean, most people would agree it's really well done in Xenoverse, you know, especially regarding the clothing options. I think, you know, they naturally are going to add more options for clothing. As far as facial features and stuff like that, and hairstyles, there is only so much you can do with Akira Toriyama's art style, but it is still pretty plausible that they are going to add more stuff, and maybe do some pretty crazy out there creations with like facial features and some hairstyles. But there is only so much you can do with art style, I feel like. And the fourth one that I saw a lot of people wanting was match customization, which is, you know, setting time limits on matches, saying what characters are allowed, what's not. Things that, you know, are not present in the original Xenoverse. There's not really any customization for the matches. We need more things like CPU versus CPU fights. Stuff like that is something that should be in any fighting game, and it was definitely not present. And as a bonus, something that I haven't mentioned before, there should definitely be a practice mode of some sort in the game that it is not already in there in Xenoverse 1. And the last one that I picked out that I didn't mention in my video, but I do feel does have some importance, but I didn't think it was among the top things that I wanted, is destruction. We have minor destruction in terms of blowing up cars, boulders, trees, stuff like that, buildings, small buildings, stuff we've seen we're not unfamiliar to, stuff that's been in the game since Tenkaichi 1 even, in 2005. You know, you go from 2005 to Xenoverse, which was released in 2015. The only thing we really saw in terms of destruction that was improved, there's one map where you can blow up a whole wall and there's like a Dragon Ball hidden in there on one of the parallel quests. Things like when you shoot the ground, you see that big hole that gets formed in the ground from like a Kamehameha or any ultimate attack. You see a giant hole get torn into the ground, but then that hole or gap or whatever destruction disappears in a matter of seconds and just reforms back what it is. Now, I'm not sure if we're going to get destruction like that in this game. It is on the current generation and PC only, so maybe, but that is a very technical thing to achieve there. And in Xenoverse 1, it wasn't even really destruction when it hit the ground. It was you could see it was just a texture. It wasn't deforming the ground or anything. You could walk over it. So I don't really think anything like that is honestly going to be in Xenoverse 2, or nowhere near as much as many people are going to want it. As much as I'd like a ground deformation type of thing like what we see in Battlefield, I don't think that's something that realistically is going to happen. And quite honestly, even though it would make the game overall better, it's not a detriment to the experience too much if it's not. If they add more destructible objects themselves, like more boulders to mess up the map with, or more trees, or more buildings, that could work. But those are the 5 things that I picked out that you guys, the fans, want to see in the game. I know I didn't say everything that everyone wanted, but if something you saw wasn't on there, I apologize. I picked out the things that I saw that were the most popular. I will also be uploading the 5 things that you guys do not want to see in Xenoverse 2. If it's already uploaded, I'll have it linked down below, as well as check out the 5 things that I want and don't want in Xenoverse, also linked down below. If you're new to the channel and you want to keep up to date in Xenoverse content and news, subscribe to the channel because I'll be delivering that. But other than that, thanks for watching this video, guys, and I'll catch you later.